Geek Out!
Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
And we're continuing our Halloween horror month for 2016. Chris, tell them what you picked.
I am going with one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely up there as like one of my two favorite horror movies of all time. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, just to make sure everyone knows which version we're doing. This is the one from, what, 1980?
32.
Yep.
32? Okay.
Same year as E.T.
Yep. Gotcha. So I've always been a big fan of this ever since I watched it for the first time as like a little kid. I always thought it was really cool. The creature effects. I believe they're Stan Winston.
Yeah.
No, Roy Bottin.
That's right.
Rob Bottin.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Never really got the credit.
I was going to say Roy Bottin, the keyboardist from the E Street Band.
never really got the credit for doing the creature effects.
Fantastic.
Because I forget what he was up against that year for the Oscars, but like whatever else got it. And it was a shame because this was way cooler. But I think it got snubbed because it was a horror movie. But that's just me.
And it was not a box office success.
That too. Yeah. That probably helped a lot or hindered in this case. But yeah, huge fan. It looks awesome. It holds up so well. But yeah, so much of a fan. I even own the movie that inspired it. It's a remake of a movie from back in the 50s called The Thing from Another Planet, which is an adaptation of a book called Halt, Who Goes There, which I've also read because I'm that much of a nerd for this movie. Basically, the book is basically just the scene with the blood testing, or where they discover the alien, and then like kind of like but it's a novella. It's very short. It's only like 20 pages long. That I guess that's a short story, not a novella. But it's short. But check it out. This is the best thing. Get out of here, that 2012 remake and stuff. Jake, you got anything?
It's one of the best ever. One of the best movies ever made. It's one of my favorite movies ever made. I'm so excited. It's up there with The Exorcist as I think it's one of the best horror movies of all time.
Sam,
it's that simple.
Love it. Let's jump right in.
All right. So I've popped in my Blu-ray version, even though as much as I wanted to pop in my Laserdisc, we already went over how that doesn't work on these commentaries because none of you guys have Laserdiscs. As per usual, it shouldn't be different because there's no director's cut or anything like that I know of floating around. We got the movie started paused on all zeros on the counter, so make sure you have that ready to go. I will give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Like that. Got it on the first try, unlike Evil Dead. Yeah.
Same font as Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Which also came out in 1982.
It's a good font. It's a solid 80s font.
It's the perfect Kurt Russell font.
Yeah.
This was the first time they worked together, wasn't it?
It was.
I believe
this
so.
is This is the movie that Kurt Russell really came back into Hollywood with because he was going to be a baseball player. You know, his dad, big-time baseball player, the battered...
Ever see that? Yeah, the Battered Bastards of Bakersfield?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Check it out. There it is.
But
yeah, and he had basically a career-ending injury turning a double play. I think he was a second baseman, and he was a child star, Disney child star, and so he came back into acting. Yeah, the last thing either Walt Disney wrote or read or said was Kurt Russell. So,
damn.
My God. Anyway, he probably was going to say Kurt Russell will be the baddest motherfucker alive, and he was because he's in this movie. He's in Escape from New York. He's in Breakdown. Let's just watch every Kurt Russell movie.
He's in the Assault on Precinct 13, isn't he?
No,
he's not in that.
But he's in Big Trouble in Little China.
He's in Big Trouble in Little China.
Overboard,
which I have seen.
Yeah.
I love Kurt Russell, man. I love Kurt Russell so much.
He's in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Yep, and then spoilers, but once he's gone, so am I.
Death Proof.
Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I think he did
once
a
he's
great
gone in
double
that, you're gone as well.
Yeah. Executive Decision.
Executive Decision is so good, so good.
Captain Ron.
I was trying to remember that one.
Fast and Furious.
I had I had a memory of Catherine Ron, but I was like, I don't remember what it's called. This is beautiful. This is something that was done in The Thing from Another World, and John Carpenter just kind of copied it. But it's just like magnesium fire shot from below, like it's on a table, and he just burns it away so you can see the words "The Thing," or something like this.
This is
something
score.
along those lines. Yeah,
that's something. I mean, if you didn't know that it was a Morricone score, you would think it was a Carpenter score.
Sure, yeah. You know what I love about that opening?
Yeah, for the longest time, I was like, "This is the best John Carpenter score ever," because it's like it's the only one. It's the only one that he does where it's not just doot, 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 you know, with that synth that he loves, and I love him for it. But I was like, this is so John Carpenter, but like
restrained.
Yeah.
You know what I love about that opening though?
Big trouble.
Is that it said 1982 and not present day.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love Close Encounters, as I said a million times, it says present day in the beginning, and a dude runs in the frame wearing bell bottoms. And you're like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Near future.
Yeah.
Like X-Men.
Yeah.
I remember I saw the Mary Elizabeth Winstead
2011 thing
in theaters because I was curious. I got to know, and immediately went home and rewatched this. One, because this is where the 2012 movie ends.
Yeah, it's to get on my nerdy movie soapbox. People call it a remake, but it's really a prequel. If anything, it's a remake of The Thing from Another World, because John Carpenter uses clips from that movie to, you know, explain what happened with the Swedish, or Swiss, or whatever these guys
the
are.
team, which is kind of a bummer because
I think they're like Norwegian.
You find out what happens to all them in the 2012 movie, like how the two facing. I think they use straight up shots from this movie in the end though, because the dog jumps out of the window and they start running after it, and the guy goes, "Oh shit!" and he gets in the helicopter, and that's how it begins.
Fun fact: if you know Norwegian, I'm going to go ahead and for now, until they say it, I'm going to assume that Sam's right, and then it's Norwegian. If you know the Norwegian language that this guy's speaking, you actually know the entire plot of the movie, because he explains everything that's going on. He's like, that dog, it's a shape-shifting alien, I need to kill it, or whatever his actual dialogue is, But if you went to this movie and you knew that, you either learned that language or it was your first language, and now you're watching an English movie, you're like, oh, I know the plot.
Yeah.
Which is why he is not subtitled.
Though I will say, The Thing from Another World, it's an American outpost.
Yeah.
But you were saying remake. Yeah, you were saying not just a straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the only reason why I say that, or John Carpenter lifted clips from that as, footage from of what the Norwegian outpost was doing, which was cool. That he did that, and it's a cool shot from it as well.
The first time we see Russell McCready in this film, he's drinking. The last time we see McCready in this film, he's drinking. Well, there's a thing there. Well,
there's the thing there.
Yeah. Do you think? Well, we'll get to that debate. We'll get to that debate. You mentioned Tarantino and the Hateful Eight, which again, Kurt Russell's in. Tarantino has said that the Hateful Eight was written as his response to The Thing. Kind of this idea that they can't trust each other. They're isolated in the wintry blizzard.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's like, what happens if they would have killed McCready halfway into the movie? That's the fucking Hateful Eight.
It's the Hateful Jake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why kill Kurt Russell, you prick?
You ever see the original, not the original, but the deleted ending to this?
No.
Where a dog runs away from the burning base.
Oh, no, I haven't even seen that.
Isn't there a thing that came out that
Chevron.
anyone who's infected by the thing, their eye flickers or something like that? Wasn't that the article that came out recently?
Yeah.
And that at the end of the movie...
Also, Childs doesn't breathe steam.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're getting into the debate.
Well, I mean,
Keith David is adamant that he is not the thing.
Exactly what the thing would say.
And that's all.
Also, but here's the thing, though. He's Spawn, so he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. He on Twitter. I used to follow him on Twitter, and it was like once a week he would be like talking to someone.
I'm going to tweet him during this. I've talked to him about. I tweeted him once and thanked him for saving my life in Saints Row 4, and he's like, happy to do it.
So he's going to remember you.
And I asked him his favorite Spawn episode. He's like, "There's too many, all of them."
Oh.
He is the Kevin Conroy of Spawn.
Yeah.
Actually, there's not that many Spawn voice actors, but he is like
he is
the
the
best.
Kevin Conroy.
I heard that they're doing the animated one. He's going to be Spawn again.
Nice. Ah, Norwegian. Cool. Good job, Sam.
Yeah.
Norwegian black metal.
Oh no, I once had a girl, or should I say she once had me.
Hello.
But
there was
yeah.
also the studio made Carpenter film a happy ending.
Of course.
Where
the love conquers all ending.
Well, where McCready's rescued and they test his blood and he's like fine. But when Carpenter successfully petitioned that they used the ending that we see, and I don't think that version, the happy ending, has seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Whereas the dog running away from the ruined camp has.
Okay.
That's kind of like the ending of the movie. What's that movie? The Denzel Washington demon possession movie.
Oh yeah.
With John Goodman.
Is it something
Fallen?
Yeah, Fallen.
Yeah. It's a similar thing. It's demon possession instead of alien mutation thing. But like the idea is that like the climate, spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen
sucks,
a 10-year-old movie, 20-year-old movie. Denzel and John Goodman end up in like a cabin by themselves at the climax, and like the idea is that like this demon can't possess anything that's not like something like 20 feet away, and like that was the idea for both of them to die in that cabin. And then like the last shot is a cat running away, and Denzel doing voiceover being like, "I told you, this is a story about how I almost died. Bum, 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 bum. It's in the way that you use it."
That guy totally has Captain Cold glasses, by the way.
Yeah.
The Norwegian.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Did.
Ooh.
Shits his pants.
Like chef. I like to believe Keith David when he says that he wasn't the thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a video game that I have that's actually pretty cool. It's like a fear-based game, of course, and trust stuff. Xbox, the original Xbox, called The Thing. And at the end of the game, if you want to believe it, a helicopter comes to save you, and you fight like a giant monster thing, and the pilot at the end of it turns around, and it's R.J. McCready is the pilot of the helicopter. Yeah. So, I think Carpenter's come out saying that's not canon, but again, it's whatever you want. I like to go on, I like to think that, a strong argument can be made that R.J. McCready is the greatest hero in cinema history in this film. And so I like to think that motherfucker's not infected.
Yeah, I like to think that that McCready isn't infected, but Childs is.
That guy looks like Mick Fleetwood fucked Pete Townsend. So there you go.
So the best drummer and guitarist.
Yeah.
Not that they mix genes, just that one of them fucked the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, he isn't their offspring.
Yeah.
He's just.
And when he climaxed, he went, "We're all wasted." You fucking pussy. I like that he keeps his vest on.
Yeah. Well, it's cold.
The best parody of all time from The Thing is the lice episode of South Park, where they're trying to find out who has lice, and Cartman, for just that one scene and one scene only, is wearing the parka from The Thing, that Kurt Russell wears. And they test the blood for the lice, and it's great.
One of the rare sights of Wilford Brimley without his mustache.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when that dude gets thrown in front of the subway train in the Warriors?
Oh,
Dude.
Nice suspenders, bro.
It's the rollerblade gang from the Warriors.
Solid.
Man,
That's a good shot.
It is a real good shot.
Man just died, you fuck.
This guy has one of my favorite lines of all time in this movie. It's coming up down the line. I work with a guy like that. He's hilarious.
Constantly smoking doobies.
Not in front of anybody.
Sorry. On they're just involuntary at this point, guys. On October 3rd at the ArcLight in Bethesda, they're showing The Thing.
Oh.
Next year is the 35th anniversary.
Oh. So by the time this posts, the ArcLight has shown it.
Like 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
But just know that we knew.
Yeah.
He's pissed because he's like, I'm about to make that choice where I wear this really stupid hat and I'm going to have to wear it in this movie.
Call me Snake.
Call me Snake. Look at that hat. I think it was something where like he did it like on location or some kind of like someone had him, wearing it on like a matte shot or something. And so he had to wear the hat and he was like, this hat is the worst. Not only is his beard supreme, but his hair is supreme as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ultimate Kurt Russell film that unfortunately no one knows about is Breakdown. That's one of his best movies.
Breakdown!
So much damn fun. I'm not convinced that guy isn't the dude I work with. I'm about to walk up to him one day and be like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And he's going to turn around and give me a thumbs up like the janitor in that Scrubs episode. Gimbal! That's one of my favorite episodes.
The Fugitive episode?
Yeah, although I think I've narrowed it down. I think my favorite episode of all time is the, look at that. I've seen a thing online of somebody cosplaying that. and they had the flamethrower too.
You know what? That's what you should cosplay.
Yeah. But it's, but like I said, I can't get
I
that
won't
beard.
even get it.
It's the episode where the janitor helps the guy with locked-in syndrome. And at the end of the episode, Dr. Cox is like, here's your new computer. And he's like, thank you. And he's like, you're welcome. And he's like, I wasn't talking to you. And it like shows like the janitor far away, like sweeping up. It's a nice, sweet episode.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Washington, D.C.?
You hear when our buddy Vernon dressed up as Snake Plissken, like I think last year, and did a killer job. He walked into the bar, and the first thing the bartender said to him, he goes, he's like, thought you were dead, Snake. And he was like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Remember when he fucking jammed with Daft Punk and it was the coolest thing ever?
Yeah. Even though he fucked up the lyrics.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and then he just fucking smooths over it and no one gives a shit because it's fucking Stevie Wonder, and then he just aces it in the second one.
Remember when he does Cocaine with John Lennon in like 1974?
I don't remember any of these.
If you haven't seen the Daft Punk jam, it's fucking awesome.
By the way, did you see the thing that I posted on your wall today about Daft Punk?
Yeah, it's
rumor.
It's not. They came out today.
Oh, did they?
The Pitchfork had a thing that like the rumors aren't true, which is unfortunate. This dog, I remember in the commentary, they're like, this dog is so it's like the best actor in the movie. Like it hits all of its marks, looks at the camera, it looks back, it crawl. There's this. They said this moment right here where it stops. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, the fade out.
Yeah, and
By Ed Brubaker.
The Eisner Award-winning Fade Out. I don't think he's going to be in New York.
Oh, really? Bummer.
Yeah, I didn't see him announced.
Bummer.
But the Carpenter said he purposely left it, like he hired an extra to be the silhouette. He didn't want it to be someone from the cast, so you wouldn't know.
Cool.
Though obviously it can't be any of the guys that went to the Norwegian base.
Yeah, it's not Kurt Russell.
I just assumed with that hair it was the radio guy.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's the
that hair.
That physique.
The wingspan.
Kurt Russell has one of the most infectious laughs of all time. It's awesome.
So that's Mary Elizabeth Winstead in the remake? Oh.
And Joel Edgerton.
I don't know who that is by name.
Oh.
I'd have to see him.
He is... Did you ever see Warrior with him and Tom Hardy? He's the other guy. He's not Tom Hardy. He's the brother. He's in Great Gatsby.
Is he Tom Hardy?
He's the best part in the Great Gatsby, in my opinion, performance wise. The Leo one. There's something like recently he did that was like big time.
Midnight Special.
He is in Midnight Special, correct? Yeah,
I don't think I've seen any of these.
I think you'd recognize him if you saw him.
Yeah, I'm looking him up right now.
He directed that movie like The Gift, I think, with
Jason Bateman.
Yeah. That got pretty good reviews. I didn't see it.
Gift.
So yeah, if you never want to know what happens to these guys, and I feel like that should be the case, don't watch the 2012 thing because they show it all. But you know,
what's his name from like
I saw
the Dukes of Hazzard movie, or what movie was that in? Not Joel Edgerton, but one of the other guys.
Joel Edgerton would be
Eric
Hawkman.
Olsen. Yeah, that's him.
Hell, Kurt Russell would have been a good Hawkman.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognize this guy. Oh, he's in Black Mass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. He'd be a good Black Mask. I would love to hear Kurt Russell voice Superman.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think he could do it. Like happy Superman, not like Dark Knight Returns Superman. Because Mark Valley already did a great job. Every so often I tweet him just to remind him he did a good job. He favorites it every time.
He's in The Odd Life of Timothy Green, which I haven't seen, and I just they make fun of that frequently on How Did This Get Made.
Now it's time for. Now this is just the set that they are in the whole shoot, and they just burn it down and then just use this the same set.
I believe you are correct. Oh, he's in Smokin' Aces. I've been scrolling through his entire IMDb, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of these movies. Except for The Thing and Smokin' Aces. Who the hell was he in Smokin' Aces? One of Ben Affleck's buddies? Oh, he plays Uncle Owen in episode 3.
Yes.
That's why why I recognize him when I saw his picture.
And 2, I believe.
I haven't scrolled. Yep, there he is. Yeah. Just got to that.
Look at those bloodsicles.
Oh, that's so it's metal.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Call me.
You know the Gorillaz have a song called Clint Eastwood? I just want to write a song called Kurt Russell. Do I want to see that movie Max Steel that's based off that cartoon? I remember I think you posted something or I saw the trailer and I was like, when he gets in that suit, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, that looks like it might be good.
And I've been seeing like GIFs they've been posting all over the place, so I feel like that'll be like a Voodoo rental.
Oh, Not Another Teen Movie is the movie that I was thinking of with Eric Olsen, who is also in the 2011 Thing. Oh, thanks, Ad, for telling me that Luke Cage is starting this week.
Friday.
Like I didn't know. Yeah, maybe I like it wrong.
On the WB. I'm waiting for somebody to be that for Halloween. The WB frog. I think that you just get a frog costume, a top hat, and a cane. Perfect.
Make it happen.
I've already got my Han Solo costume. If I thought of this sooner, I would totally be the WB frog. Just cosplay that shit.
Come on, Keith, David, be our first real-time response on a commentary so we could freak out.
Doug Jones wasn't
maybe,
real time.
Yeah, maybe he did.
We'll have to re-listen to the Batman
Uncle
Returns.
Owen.
Oh, speaking of Uncle Owen.
Yeah. Doesn't Kurt Russell kind of look like TJ with that beard and hair?
A little, like like just super in shape and handsome.
Ooh, take that, TJ. I don't know TJ well enough.
Just think Kurt Russell, just not super in shape and handsome. He's all right looking, I suppose.
You heard it here first, folks. Sam likes TJ. Finds him attractive. I hope TJ listens to this commentary.
Probably not.
I'm not listening to that shit.
Although I think today or yesterday was the... No, it wasn't, because that was in August where we started Cinema Circus.
It was also August that we started Geek Out.
Oh, yep. Did we pass the 2-year anniversary?
Oh, yeah. Like that was August 26th.
Yeah, we are now currently on year 3 of Geek Out.
Yes.
Congrats, boys. Don't be too excited.
Too busy admiring The Thing. Text you'd get from The Thing.
Is that Ted Raimi?
Yes.
I know it's not.
It is Ted Raimi. and that's my dad. That is also my dad.
It was the dad you were given and the dad you chose.
He's my fictional dad.
That's my dad.
Yeah. Hey, you got a couple extra fingers. Or jacked up fingers. I don't know.
Is that Big Bad Harv? Two-Face?
Yeah. Kurt Russell ain't scared. Hot Pockets are ready. I think he's in a robe. That's a dick move. Just wake him up. Like, by not being a dick.
Nowhere, man.
Me too. Oh, there's nowhere plans to nobody. Man.
Well, yeah. He did.
Yeah, there was that bullet to the eye thing. Or was it the Frozen Man?
You smell like clothes.
Doesn't smell Norwegian. Them sound effects, though.
Yeah. I think they just said they went to they just picked up organs of animals and just shoved them in there.
Yeah. No real rhyme or reason.
Yep.
Stars and horseshoes. You should cosplay that, Sam.
Also, isn't the Thing from Another World the movie that they watched during the original Halloween?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah.
And then I think in Rob Zombie's Halloween, they finish it. There's a scene that they don't finish, and then his movie finishes watching a scene of the, to keep it going. Yeah, man, smoking a doobie.
Doobing it up.
Smoking a doobie with my brothers. Doobie Brothers.
Ooh.
Remember that song by them, Jesus is Just All Right?
Yeah,
Jesus is just all right.
It's the only Doobie Brothers song I know.
Jesus is just all right.
Oh, yeah. I don't care what they may say.
It's a good song. Okay, whatever, man.
Know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah. When I was in college, I would watch The Thing and The Exorcist on Halloween during my college years, and I was with a bunch of my friends.
Jake Bozick, the college years.
Yeah, and some people I didn't know. We were kind of over at my friend's house having some beers and watching this, and this was on, and none of the people were paying attention. And I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, this is boring, blah blah blah. And then as soon as this scene started going down, everyone just shut up and watched the rest of the movie. It was awesome.
It's a good scene.
Yeah. What's great about this scene, and forever why I love the special effects in this movie, is when the dog head opens up and it kind of turns and looks, is that it's a hand. It's the hand, so it moves organically because it's it's not a stop motion thing,
animatronic,
and so it looks, and so you get just this little touch of it moving organically that makes it just that much creepy. And I love it.
It's like Catwoman's head at the end of Batman Returns.
Yeah.
You boys ready for some fun?
Yes.
And
there you go.
Why Josh isn't here.
This is like all of his worst nightmares in one scene.
Yeah. Gore and cruelty to dogs.
Yeah, if only the Thing started shit talking Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
That's a 3-pointer right there.
Yeah.
Not a good day for those dogs.
No.
In real life or, in the movie?
Now, here's a question.
Yes.
How does the Thing work? Is it an infection or is it mimicking? Because they kill off
whoever they're... well, I think it kills it off so it can fully mimic without having the other person show up.
But it also it also multiplies, right? Because they kill multiple creatures.
Yeah. Well, don't they remember when they because I think they kind of explained something a little bit at the end when when all the different faces are inside of the thing, like the totem pole thing. Here comes one of the just best shots. I
ain't got no pants on.
Yeah, there he is.
No, I didn't hear you. That's why I said he wants the what.
Now you're a man. Look at that move. I know Carpenter's big thing in this movie was, the famous, your imagination can make it way worse.
Mm-hmm.
And his thing was, it's something along the lines like, but if you can make it, if you can dare to make something so just hideous and disgusting, it better be something that'll fucking rock their world. And that was basically, I think, his mission statement with this movie was okay, game, set, and match, especially with the spider head.
Mm-hmm. I get that they didn't want to burn the base down, but I feel like they started hitting the extinguisher pretty fast. Like, should have let it burn and make sure it's dead first.
The next morning.
And they all lived happily ever after.
They just transported that thing over there. All right, boys.
Yeah. Imagine the task of having to wheel the charred thing to the sick bay or whatever.
Wilford Brimley's like, this is a scalpel.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this.
I'm going to become a spokesperson for diabetes. I know, right?
God. He's just like,
This is...
Yeah, there you go.
This is the clitoris.
That's why I can never find it. It's inside of a dog.
There you go. So I guess it eats you and tries to recreate you.
As it shits you out, it becomes
Yeah.
the shit.
You'd think with how many times I've seen this movie, I'd remember that, but
I mean, it's not like, you know,
once it gets underway,
Yeah,
it all kind of goes out the window.
it's true.
yeah, it's really not about that. Oh, a dog lived. Nice. He's like, you wouldn't believe what I fucking saw, man. I guess a couple did.
Well, yeah, there was that one ran out as soon as he opened the door. People are strange.
It's my father's favorite Doors song.
Did you fuck that
Yeah,
dog?
maybe 2, 2.5, 3 even.
That is the upper lip of a man. That is an upper lip that needs a mustache.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it looks mustache-like.
Aren't you cold without that mustache?
I mean, it's a mustache.
Yeah, he's even fiddling with it. Here,
Yeah, there.
Here's your footage from Thing from Another World.
Well, it's like an hour and a half long film.
Yeah.
You know a movie that Kurt Russell's in that's getting rave reviews?
Bone Tomahawk.
Deepwater Horizon.
Ooh.
Did you ever watch?
No, I forgot I even have it. Because it was one of those things where it was supposed to be that instant voodoo code thing.
Yeah.
Never worked.
You didn't contact anybody?
No. I had the thing and I was like, I really don't give a shit. I have the movie on physical. It's fine. Of course, he's in Tombstone. Classic.
He's in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Used cars. Fucking great. Look, Ma. Bare tits.
I love that he basically resurrects the outfit from Used Cars for Big Trouble.
Yeah. Used Cars. I totally forgot about that.
Boy, it sure is raining cats and dogs out there.
Oh, and Miracle. He was fantastic in that. I never saw the movie. What was it? High School? Not High School High. What was that superhero movie he was in?
Oh,
with the
Sky High.
Sky High?
That's a good
I
one.
heard it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Because I'm looking at pictures. I'm going to post a picture of him on Facebook just to remind everybody how great he is. And the picture of him from Sky High came up, and I was like, "That's right, he's a superhero."
You should do the picture of him in Big Trouble where he has the suit where he does the wow, it's raining cats and dogs. That needs to be it. In fact, if you don't do it, I'm doing it.
You can do it. I feel like
it's more of a me picture.
It's more of a you picture.
Hey, the Millennium Falcon.
If they found like fucking Han Solo and his dead Tauntaun as they were going around. Repeat. I found him. We got him.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking through Kurt Russell movies. He's in a top 5 movie of all time for me, Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting this.
I love his reaction at the end of the movie.
I'm real.
Yeah. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That's right.
Fucking James Gunn and Chris Pratt cried the day he left set.
I would. I'd cry every day he was there, and then the day he left. And then he would fucking curse the day he gave me his phone number.
They blew it up. I want to know how they found like that square, like how they were like, here, this, we need to dig here. Guess I got to rewatch Thing from Another World.
Remember how hard How Did This Get Made ripped on Tango and Cash? And I was like,
Yeah.
I fucking love Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
Rambo
Was a pussy. Rambo is a pussy.
He says that before Rambo 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Remember when Keith David gets his ass kicked by Roddy Piper, rest in peace?
Yes.
Yeah.
And They Live?
I own that movie.
They fight in Saints Row 4, and you can call Roddy Piper to save you. And I called him and Keith David, and we teamed up, and it was the best. Keith David plays. Does Keith David play Keith David? I think he does.
Did.
Yeah, because Roddy Piper.
No,
plays Roddy
he plays
Piper.
Roddy Piper. It's
Yeah,
weird.
that's right. Yeah, it's a switch.
Keith David's such a smooth motherfucker.
Remember when Kurt Russell's son was in Everybody Wants Some?
I do not.
I keep. Yeah, that's right. He is.
Or when Wilfred Brimley was in Cocoon. Looks like he's thinking about it now.
I feel like. How old's your dad?
60.
In like 10 years, he's gonna look like Wilfred Brimley.
As soon as you brought up his dad, I was like, Sam's dad kind of looks like Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. You'll get there. For years, he used to have a mustache like Wilfred Brimley does now. I wonder if if that means I'll turn into Wilford Brimley.
Sure.
Maybe. It might happen.
You need to start growing that mustache now.
Yeah.
I wish I could grow a big mustache like Wilford Brimley. Like, I can do a mustache, but I don't like my I would never do just my mustache because it's not like it's just big enough to be like, oh hey, that's a mustache, but like still too thin. Like, I look at it and I'm like, that's a creepy mustache. If I was doing just a mustache, I'd look way creepier than I look normally, which is already kind of creepy.
Same here.
Whole reason why I do the full beard. But like if I had like a full on, it's called a chevron mustache, like Wilford Brimley has. Or like what Ron Swanson has.
Yeah.
I envy his mustache.
It's pretty strong.
It's a man stash.
We never see Brimley's character get infected, though he's clearly infected by the end.
Yeah, I mean, he sticks his hands.
Yeah.
And John Carpenter asked him what he thought about when they were filming that scene, and he was like, my laundry. He's like, great performance, though.
Carpenter would go on and say of all the films of his that didn't do well at the box office, and unfortunately, he's a guy who most of his... I love fucking John Carpenter movies, but I mean, empirically speaking, most of his movies haven't done that well at the box office.
We love John Carpenter movies, but the box office does not.
Yeah, he said the one that stung the most, or has stung the most, was The Thing.
Well, hopefully by my purchasing 4 copies of it in my lifetime, I've helped out a little bit. Granted, the Laserdisc was through eBay, but the Blu-ray, HD DVD, and regular DVD were all through like Best Buy. I still have the HD DVD. I don't know why. I don't have a working player. I couldn't sell it on eBay though. So
It's because we grounded him after dinner. First off, it's pronounced fucks. Second off, here.
that's what Sam looks like on a Saturday night.
I was going to say every time I take a dump, but But Saturday nights. I mean, I take dumps on Saturday nights, too.
You are that sweaty. And oddly enough, it's blood. He needs to moisturize his hands better.
This is such a creepy scene, that sound effect.
Yeah.
Hey, you're kind of giving away the game there, thing. He's like, I'm not complete. I'm not yet complete. That's when they turn on the Merciful Fate. Love that hoodie.
Too bad he's not wearing his hat.
He gets rid of that as soon as he can. He's like, I don't need to be wearing in this scene anymore for continuity's sake. Good. A lot of cocaine, by the way.
Well, yeah, that's not snow, guys.
Yeah.
Just the mounds and mounds of cocaine that they used to make the movie. There's a joke that I like to make about sci-fi TV shows that every single one of them has to have a The Thing episode. And the X-Files, they get it out real quick with ice. It's like the third episode.
2.
That's true. Yeah. Star Trek, I mean, I haven't watched any of the series all the way through, but Deep Space Nine has an episode. It's like season 3 or 4.
Next Gen has something similar in the first season.
Yeah. And what was I watching a little while ago? And I was like, I saw it, and I immediately texted my friend Jason, who he and I are huge fans of The Thing, and I was like, and he was like one of the first persons that I talked about this whole, like, you know, every sci-fi show has to have a Thing episode, and I was like, Jesus Christ, even they have a Thing episode. Because it like wasn't even like really like a sci-fi show, but it like had like hints of it here and there.
Remember the Zim episode where Zim like eats all of their organs to try to look like a human boy?
Yeah.
And he's just like this fat blob.
It was glorious.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Bye.
I'm thinking it's around now that he gets infected.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're supposed to think as the audience.
Yeah. Indeed.
Well, I mean, because he's destroying all the shits to prevent the Thing from
That's
escaping.
true. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe since his cell, if you want to call it that, had like the little secret hatch to get to the ship, maybe it was because they put him in that cell that he became infected.
I always kind of assumed that the Thing knew that Blair was imprisoned in the shed after, you know, he destroys the equipment and kills all the sled dogs. So I just assumed that the thing just kind of rolled up and be like, hey, you and me are going to be things.
No.
Nah, that's my
I
dad.
was gonna say, is this your dad getting dinner prepared? Yeah. We're gonna have a nice dinner. Yeah. Everyone's gonna say nice things to be quiet.
Yeah. I didn't want Stover's lasagna. I wanted lean cuisine.
Where are my steakums? That's me, actually. Christ, Knox. Oh, I know my 80s Halloween costume. It's clear as fucking day. I gotta see if it's available on eBay first. It's like everything else has fallen into place.
Ah!
He doesn't even know he's being filmed.
Yeah. This is his craft service table.
This is him
wrong.
finding out that he dies at the end.
I'll kill you. Can we have your dad recreate this scene? I think he'd be game.
I'll ask him
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, do you want to recreate the scene in the thing? He's like, oh, the scene where he freaks out with the gun and the table? Sure.
Yeah. One step ahead of you.
Oh, yes. Skeletor.
What about beans?
I like that as you...
It becomes a Christian Hallmark film.
As you see, he keeps visiting him, later on you'll see a noose in the background.
Yeah.
Nice touch. What about beans? I guess that Skeletor costume is not made anymore.
You know what I was really annoyed by? I couldn't find a Space Ghost costume.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... How many... Come on.
You could get you could get a white Zentai suit and then
a black hood and a red cape.
Yeah. Boom. By your kiss. Don't worry, we are paying attention to the movie as well.
They have the crappy muscle costume for Space Ghost.
Where? I'm not seeing it
the
on
internet.
I'm looking on.
Sam, your Google game is weak.
This is my eBay game.
Well, no, it's not on eBay. It's on the internet.
Oh.
Because eBay's not on the internet.
So Skeletor's not going to work.
What about He-Man?
No. Can't do that.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys, come here. The
Pick up the blood.
Pick up that blood.
Discontinued Space Ghost precisely because how many people want to be Space Ghost, the host with the most?
Boom. There you go, Jake.
Oh, nice.
So what?
So what?
I do want to know who got to the blood. So I feel like that's one of the things that never gets answered. Especially since, if I remember correctly, they prove that the two guys that have access to it without breaking the lock are clear at this point. Anyone ever notice that that's a really big ship for just one alien?
A lot of space.
There's your 89 reference.
Pick up that blood.
Raining blood!
From a lacerated sky.
Terrified Nora's face. Oh, there's the hat.
Oh, I put wrong size.
Yes, what a terrible way to close a blade. You remember what they say, don't switch a blade on a guy with shades of love. Oh no.
If you're all these Suicide Squads.
And then it just sets fire to the others. It's geeky. Ooh. I just got an email that tomorrow I can get a free burger at Red Robin.
Oh.
Still owe Joshua.
Specifically the Red's Tavern Double Burger. Never heard of it. But it looks like a double cheeseburger.
He's rough, man. Really tired. I'm tired. Think I'm gonna go to bed.
I don't think I've ever drank J&B. Is that just Jim Beam, or is it? Because I only asked that because it has the initials J and B, but there's also an ampersand in the J and B, so very believable that it's completely different.
I always just assumed it was Jim Beam, but I could be wrong.
If it's just Jim Beam, then I've had Jim Beam before. But now I'm so confused.
For the thing.
That's exactly what the thing would say. There's your little jump scare.
The only one that I think kind of gets me is the is Blair at the end of the movie when he just randomly shows up.
Oh, really? Not the blood or the
blood
stomach opening?
I know. Well, I know those are coming now.
The thing that I love about the blood is and I'll probably bring it back up when it comes, but because in the scene he has to have a fake arm.
Oh yeah, that's a classic Carpenter thing.
He does the whole scene with the fake arm, not just the shot where the thing jumps out. So you see him with the fake arm, and you're like, the first time you see it, you're like, oh, and then you get used to it, and then by the time that you've forgotten that he has a fake arm, that's where it pops out.
Yeah, most directors would have had his real hand for that scene until when they needed to have it jump out. Yeah,
and he does 2 or 3 tests with the fake arm there that are positive. It's great. And then the stomach part, the thing that I love about it, yes, even though we all know it's coming, it's just off beat. So you expect it to happen here, and I think it happens just a second earlier than you expect. just to keep timing. So since it's off timing, you're like, "Ah! Oh, right. I knew that was coming." It's great. There it is. Mm-hmm. He's really good at tying nooses.
A lot of practice. Do you think he's Thing Blair now?
I don't think so.
Nah, I think the noose is a giveaway. Also, the fact that like he's the safest he could be right now.
But I mean, the Thing. Not to mention, Blair's trying to get in with everybody else.
Yeah,
where he could theoretically.
But like, why would the fuck out? But why would the Thing make a noose?
Well, he could have made the noose before he got infected.
So he got
just
infected.
Not taking it down.
He got infected in that room.
Yeah.
Didn't
I believe it?
We saw Fuchs follow the Thing outside.
Yeah, but hasn't he been locked in that room?
Yeah, but the Thing could
Things can
tentacle
open doors.
through its. Yeah, that too. Well. Yeah, it could open the door, or it could tentacle through the hole.
If a raptor can do it, so can a Thing. Not to mention Fuchs. He agrees.
I always just figured that when he gets out, that's when he gets thingified.
Well, he never.
He doesn't get out. We see that he's tunneled through the shed to the lower levels.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's true because he is creating a ship down there.
Mm-hmm. What a dork.
Ow. It hurt to shout that loud.
It burns when I pee, and I'm peeing right now. Even a frosted beard is more majestic on Kurt Russell than on us.
Brought to you by 3M and Milk Duds.
That's definitely the guy I work with. I'm pregnant.
Except for the person that I said run away.
Yeah. As you said, from now on.
Yeah.
You let them run. Now, one of the tricks of the trade is the guy who, when he gets his arms bit off, they had a double amputee play him, and he's wearing a mask of the guy. And because you're so looking at the gore, you don't notice the fact that it's clearly not the same actor.
Now, see, that's an effective bifocal lens.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you only see like half his face.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Spaghetti monster.
Quaid.
I love this. This is the fucking coolest shit.
Oh, yeah.
With the head.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
It's just like Jane Levy pulling her arm off.
Yeah.
And here's your line coming up too, right?
Oh, yeah. You gonna be...
Because it's in response to the head spider.
Yeah. He's the first one that sees it.
It's like me eating spaghetti. I'm glad they waited this time.
I always thought the eyes popping out was just a little goofy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, he's scared. That head is like on a remote controlled, car chassis, and it just has the little feet things wiggling while it's going. S&M.
That's a stupid idea, stupid man. I'm glad you have a horrible experience tied to a chair.
Yeah. That one, not so much.
He does kill a innocent man, right?
Yeah.
He kills Clark.
Yeah.
Another
I mean, granted, he's...
Another good bifocal right there.
Yeah.
That one actually was. So earlier when they cut to that angle, it wasn't so great. But then that last one was effective.
Kurt Russell does have a great moment when he realizes he did kill a guy who's not infected. The look on his face. It's just quick enough where he gets back in the business and gives himself almost a nanosecond to feel like, oh, shit. But this whole blood testing scene is hands down my favorite scene in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the best. This, like you're saying, with the hand, the suspension.
Yeah.
The suspense. I mean, with the moment when the alien's freaking out in the chair next to him, and the flamethrower's not turning on, and the trick photography of it flying up to the ceiling. It's just the best.
This scene makes the movie.
And like I said, if you haven't seen that South Park episode, watch it, because it's this scene where they're looking for lice and they check Kenny, and like Cartman doesn't even believe it's gonna work. But then the funny thing is, it works because he saw the thing, and he, like I said, he's wearing the jacket that Kurt Russell's wearing. It's just, it's so good. In the 2002 one or 12 one, they don't want to rehash the blood thing, so they realize that they check people. Ooh, there you go. They check people's teeth, like, so the thing can't recreate like a cavity, like a filling. And so they check inside people's mouths if they have a filling or not. Things like that, like, it can't recreate
the things like that.
The things like that.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Good,
I don't know what it is, like
good clean sanitization.
It's just, yeah. Like even the other one was like so clearly not cut, but something about the thumb, maybe because it's like super sensitive, like
Man.
cutting like that, just, and like the fact he squeezes it.
Blood.
Nice.
Thumb has its own artery.
Oh.
That's why whenever you check a pulse, don't use your thumb.
Oh, I did not know that. I just knew to not do it, but I didn't know why. Interesting. Good to know. Thanks, Sam. That was a Kids Science Corner with Sam.
Because science.
Sam.
Science rules.
Sam Stone, the science guy.
Squeak.
I like the squeaky sound that it always has.
Watching the debate like.
That's a great line too. That's the real hand there. He does it just, a couple tests early enough.
Mm-hmm.
Where like you said, you get used to it. And there it is.
There, yeah, that's the fake hand. I mean, to be fair, it was self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Well, now that you mention
Hmm. Is that what the guy you work with looks like?
Yeah, when his lunch break has to get moved to like 30 minutes later.
He cries blood.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My favorite shot
That's
coming
like Large
up.
Marge.
Yeah, my favorite shot coming up is there's a shot where he's just sitting there like going, there it is. He's just like a skull, like looking awesome.
You were standing right behind him the whole time?
That's right. I was supposed to do something.
Yeah. Something about flamethrowers in horror movies just work, you know? Like Alien.
Yeah.
This is the one scene that looks kind of goofy. Like that's
Yeah. That and the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just because the dummy of Windows just doesn't quite work.
It doesn't quite work, yeah. The Venus flytrap.
Venus and Mars.
Bye. See you guys later.
This wall, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
This is the shot where Kurt Russell almost seriously injured himself. Watch him in this scene. The explosion's much bigger than he thought, and you can see shrapnel fly by him. That was way bigger than it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it almost fucked him up. But it's Kurt Russell, so he's all right. It burned off half his beard and it grew back immediately.
Well, mine didn't work earlier, so I always do like a good person on fire in a movie. Like that effect is just a really cool
Man on Fire.
Yeah, like an actual
Starring Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark Anthony.
But it's a cool looking effect.
Now back to our broadcast.
Yeah.
Knowles.
Know what I mean?
Yay. I passed. I didn't know I was going to pass, but I did.
Now I'll show you what I already know. What a fucking great line.
Yeah. I do love his reaction to the test.
He has a Gene Wilder kind of thing. Abby Normal.
Yeah.
So good.
Faced. That's right. That happens to him.
Honestly, like it's been a couple of years since I've seen this. I forgot how many fade outs there
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, what is this, fucking Star Wars? No, it doesn't have pinhole wipes.
Yeah. If anything, this is like close to Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Oh man, that had so many fade outs. Or will have. Ding, 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 ding. It was supposed to be me doing
the bell tolls.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. You know what I want to see? A prequel to this movie where it's just them doing their job for like 5 months.
Drinking game of the thing. Have a drink every time somebody says some iteration or variation of thing.
Yeah.
You gon' die. Well,
that's how the 2016 reboot trailer ends. We're just gonna have to warm things up around here. Fades out. John Carpenter's The Thing. There you go. Surprise, motherfucker.
Knock, knock, win the breasts.
I really want to rewatch Escape from New York now.
I have L.A.
I do too, but
do you only have L.A.?
I believe so. Wait, I might have New York on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
I know I have L.A. on DVD.
I have the double disc, whatever special version they did back in the day. Really kind of cool, shiny DVD of Escape from New York.
I'm going to check my list because I have a list of both all the DVDs and the Laserdiscs that I own because now I'm not sure. Clack, clack went the breasts.
Bang, bang went the rest.
If for anything else, your little catchphrases are just what makes being friends with you worth it. Oh, I've already gone too far.
Haven't we all?
Okay, yeah. That's what I already knew, that I have Escape from LA on DVD. Oh, it is LA on Laserdisc. Okay, so I only have LA, period. Full stop.
Gotta complete that Pliskin set.
Yeah. Anyone that wants to get me Escape from New York on Laserdisc, Christmas is coming.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Simply have a wonderful Christmas time.
Nobody does it better.
That song is just beat to death with synthesizers.
Yeah.
Womp, 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 womp. Although, hell if I don't play it at Christmas time and love it. Just sit in my room.
Honestly, it beats what Harrison's got Ding Dong.
Oh, wow, that's a nice cover for that Laserdisc.
John Lennon's
Let me say.
John Lennon's got Happy Xmas War is Over. And
that's a great cover.
Ringo's,
Well, I remember they said that
Ringo has I Want to Be Santa Claus.
He is Santa Claus. Ringo, not Ringo, sorry.
Yeah.
Lennon, if you ever want to break down
Oh,
Lennon and
it's
McCartney's
widescreen.
writing style, look at their Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Because Lennon's song is a political song and McCartney's song is about drinking with friends.
Yeah. And Ringo
Wants
is
to be Santa Claus.
an affable children's song about being Santa Claus or wanting to be Santa Claus. Harrison's makes not much sense, like Cracker Box Palace. Or Dark Horse.
Katy Perry's Dark Horses?
It's singular in her case.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you ready for a perfect storm?
Perfect storm.
You would be the authority on it.
I would. They were replacing my work computer, and I had left the Katy Perry birthday disc in my old computer, and because I ripped it onto there,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like a week after they took my old computer into scrub. The IT guy swung by my office and dropped off the disc. He's like, I think this belongs to you.
Katie Hudson and the Beatles, the fake studio album.
This is the laundry scene, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah. Again, I think it's probably just the sound.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all jump scares or sound.
Yeah.
to be fair, I do think the Poltergeist did that effect better.
Poltergeist is fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I haven't seen Poltergeist in years.
Last time I saw it was, who did I go with? I think it might have been TJ. We went to go see it in theaters.
It's one of the first horror movies I ever saw.
Damn good.
I own it on digital HD.
Ooh,
Nice.
It was a $5 deal of the day.
It's a fucking great film.
Yo, watch out, Knowles.
I'm already thinking. I love the Halloween horror month that we do.
Yeah.
So you get to just pick like awesome movies.
Oh, you already thinking about next year?
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe it'll be Don't Breathe.
Ooh.
Just every Fede Alvarez movie that comes out.
Yeah, you think he's going to be like one of the new masters of horror?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess
he's
he
already
kinda
done
already is.
two fantastic films,
Yeah.
and he's got his the movie that got him the Raimi's attention is online. I think YouTube for free. He posted a thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it a short or a full length?
It's a short film.
Mm.
I think it's a zombie film. I haven't seen it, so I don't know
It's just like
everything
me.
about it. Yeah. But he posted about it a little while ago.
Maybe that's what my Halloween pick will be next
Should
year.
be.
My zombie movie that'll hit its 10-year anniversary next year.
Oh, yeah.
Jake and I were talking while we were waiting for you to get here or get to Starbucks before this that I might see if I can actually like convince the Alamo to let me do a small, showing of it. Because they do rent out theaters, and you can show whatever the hell you want.
Kill me. Yo,
Stunts.
That'll always be my favorite line.
It's a great one. Like I said, I hope aliens invade. I hope they're hostile, so I can say that before I die. Also, he throws it like a champ because he's a baseball player.
I just called you champ. That's short for champion. It's a David Lynch line.
I want to watch Sky High right now. That's so bad.
It's good.
I remember I read about it. I was like, this people seem to like it. And I'm sure I'll get weirdly emotional because I'm a freak.
Bruce Campbell's in it.
Oh, sweet.
And,
He's also an Escape from L.A.
Yeah. Which is why it's the better one.
Because it has plastic surgeon Bruce Campbell.
He's the Surgeon General.
He does look really great in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also has
Peter Fonda.
Well, I was going to say Linda Carter.
Oh, shit. Mary
In Sky
Elizabeth
High.
Weinstein is in Sky High?
I guess she is.
Kelly Preston and Daniela Panabaker from Flash?
Yeah. It does have Linda Carter, right?
I'm looking up right now.
Misremembering that. She plays like the principal, I think. Wonder Woman, right? That's Wonder Woman?
Well,
Yes.
Linda Carter
Yeah,
is in fact
Linda
Wonder
Carter.
Woman.
Yeah, okay. I could have sworn, I remember when we
Yes.
watched it.
Principal
Okay.
Powers. She is the principal of Sky High.
Sometimes
Bruce
my
Campbell.
memory works.
Bruce
He's the
Campbell
gym
as
teacher.
Tommy Boomowski, Coach Boomer, Sonic Boom.
Does it have...
Oh, Dave Foley and Kevin McDonald.
Yeah. Does it have Tom Wilson in it, or or is it not Tom Wilson as the bus
Cloris
driver?
Leachman. She's in it.
That is not who I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I forget the character's name, but he's the bus driver. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's not Tom Wilson. It's
yeah, I don't see it, at least on the main cast on Wikipedia.
Maybe it's the guy that played Farva in Super Troopers.
Officer Ramrod.
Car Ramrod.
That's right. Yeah, because he's Farva.
Because he's Rodney.
Yeah,
Rodney
he's
Farva.
Yeah.
Say Car Ramrod. Sorry, I forgot. I wrote
Oh,
it
you know what
down.
you're thinking? Yeah, the bus driver's name is Ron Wilson,
Oh,
but it's not the actor.
Ron Wilson.
I'll give.
What else is he in?
Well, that's the name of the character.
Oh, okay.
Played by
Well,
Kevin Heffernan.
Who is Rod Farva?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, the end of this movie just crept up. The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
See, there's steam coming
Mhm.
out of his mouth.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Drink.
Is it whiskey that he hands him, or is it fuel for his...
Guzzling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because didn't they replace it when they were setting the stuff down in the lower level?
He seemed pretty fine with it.
Well, if he's the thing...
Oh.
Isn't that why Kurt Russell chuckles to himself? Or am I just overthinking it?
I had never thought of that.
So wait, what? Because it's
When they're preparing the Molotov cocktails for the bottom, aren't they using spare fuel in the whiskey bottles?
I'd never noticed that, but
and so the thing wouldn't know the difference.
He just drinks.
mind blown.
Again, I could be overthinking it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
half
like
of the
it.
fun
I like
stuff
that.
comes from overthinking.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the only person who's saying either way is Keith David himself.
and he says no.
Yeah.
and you listen
And
to
of course-
goddamn Spawn.
Yeah. And of course he would say no because it's his character.
And that's what the thing would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the thing. There's a strong argument that the thing is the greatest John Carpenter film.
I would say that.
I mean, Halloween's up there.
Escape from New York.
Escape from New
Big
York.
Trouble in Little China is just a fun fucking ride.
Yeah. But it's my personal favorite.
yeah, I wouldn't
It's
say
definitely top 3 for me.
Yeah, definitely top 3. Easy.
Halloween,
peasy.
this, and Escape from New York, pretty much.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can respect that.
Any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, I never thought of that.
Tom
ending,
Waits
but
is
it's
in this
pretty
movie.
great. That version of the ending's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
it's look, I mean, Kurt Russell is the man. I love his character in this, and it's just a great partnership that these two guys have with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell.
Stunts.
And go check out other Kurt Russell, John Carpenter films, or
Yeah.
vice versa, or all of the above.
You only have 3 more to choose from, and 2
That's-
of them involve Snake Plissken.
That's 3 movies.
Yeah.
They're all
And-
quite good.
And I'm sorry, not Halt Who Goes There, just Who Goes There. Whatever. Like you were gonna read it anyway. If you're interested, John Carpenter does also have an unofficial trilogy of movies called The Apocalypse. I think
Yeah, it's the
Apocalypse trilogy.
trilogy.
It's this in the Mountains of Madness, or in the Mouth of Madness.
Mad in the Mouth of Madness.
Mouth of Madness. And
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. They're all 3 of them are really good. This granted being my favorite and I think probably the best, but the other two still very good.
Math of Madness is probably my second favorite of those. It just kind of gets progressively not as good.
The movie itself goes insane as the main character goes insane, and it's one of the things that I love about it.
Yeah.
But I can understand it not necessarily being everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, certainly not the box offices, unfortunately.
Again, another thing that we could just say about most of John Carpenter's movies.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I mean we certainly love him here on Geek Out. But yeah, it's been another Geek Out commentary. And another installment of Halloween Horror Month. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
Happy Halloween. This has been another Geek Out production. If you enjoyed what you heard, hey, we've got a new commentary every Monday. We've got a special episode every Friday. Of course, there's the usual catching up show every Wednesday. And you get book club episodes just about every Tuesday these days. Thanks for listening.